Welcome back to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 for the PlayStation 1. I'm Aesthetic. With me on this video is Blackout the M&M.
Hey everybody.
Daffodil.
Hello.
And Matt Rocks.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And so we're heading to the 7th and final level of this version, which is not the zoo. Instead, we are heading to the sewers. We're gonna get down and dirty there, I guess.
The sewers are like a microbiological zoo.
Whoa, yeah. Makes you think.
Not a zoo I'd like to visit.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man.
Those are some very unappealing preview pictures right there, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. It's
Nothing gets me more hyped to skate a level than seeing that.
Well, I don't know why sewers are so ubiquitous in video games anyway, because like back in the day there was always the sewer level that nobody liked because it was ugly and gross and unpleasant.
Hey, guys, they made that toxic grind level into a real thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by real thing, you mean a level in another video game.
Of course, by sewers they mean, this looks like Chicago.
You count toxic grind as a video game?
Yeah, oh, I see. But yeah, no, so this sewers level is actually 3 massive rooms that are basically all set up like skate parks, with then, some tunnels that link them with some water or sludge that will slow you down. But like, it doesn't kill you, it's just slow to ride through, but then you can always grind through those tunnels to speed it up. But
it takes a lot of your health to get through it, though, but by this point in the game, you should have, put enough points into your health pool to be able to make it through.
Health is always better than, I don't know what, inventory space? Like,
yeah, you don't use that in this game.
Yeah.
I remember
a few potions.
I remember in elementary school when I was playing this game for the first time. The PS2 one, and I went to school and someone was like, "Yeah, I just unlocked the sewers level." I was like, "I don't believe you. There's no such thing. I've beaten the game already."
I mean, I'm still
confused.
Yeah, I'm still trying to find that mythical PS1 zoo level.
Yeah.
I'll update you all, with my progress.
It'll be in the same video you reveal Bill's secret garden in Pokemon.
Yeah, this is becoming an ARG.
Yeah.
The zoo is a big ARG.
Yeah.
It's one that's been unsolved to this day.
Right.
Well, I thought Connor was going to create an ARG where he would post a mock-up level of him playing the zoo on PS1.
Oh man, if I could create fake levels, I'd create some sick levels. I mean, just thinking,
Daffodil, can we get a zoo level in your game, and then we can just say that that's the mythical PS1?
Oh shit!
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll
the mythical PS1 zoo level, and everyone will be like, "Art, why are you riding a unicycle? This is Tony Hawk." And I'd be like, "No, it's the unlockable secret board, the unicycle."
Dude, that should be an unlockable board, actually.
They made the zoo level for Tony Hawk 4 PS1, but cut it out at the last second. But Daffodil found the code for it online. All the programming and stuff, and
ported it
put
all.
it in there.
Here's me porting it right
Street
now.
Unix.
I like how you didn't find the map files, you found the code for it.
I don't know what I'm talking about, dude. You know what I mean.
Has anyone here actually tried to ride a unicycle?
You gotta make the map yourself, but I got this kickflip code, thank God.
I'm not... Okay, there are
It's
2
true,
video game programmers in chat. I'm not one of them.
All the 360 flips, all the special tricks, and there's the level data. You just,
Yeah.
level data equals true. You got the zoo.
Yeah, you type zoo equals true and you have the zoo map.
Yeah, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yes.
Oh, there's a
Has
competition
anyone here
level.
seriously tried to ride a unicycle? That shit is hard.
Yeah, I unicycle almost every day.
I rode one when I was a little kid, and I was able to just balance without falling over, and that was all I could do.
I started to get the hang of it, but
that was
I killed myself trying to learn how to ride that thing.
Yeah, tough to learn sometimes.
And I just have horrible balance all the time, so...
I wonder if that unicycle's still at my parents' house. I feel like it is.
I might get another one and try. Nothing else to do during quarantine.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
unicycling by the end of this.
I advocate for everyone to learn how to unicycle. Please.
Yeah.
It's kind of a toss-up. On one hand, if you get a unicycle and try, you can donate footage to the Bales video in Daffodil's game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you pick up like a skateboard and try, you can, maybe do something for my series. I don't know.
Yep.
Why not both?
They're gonna be an unlockable Bales video. It's just black out the Eminem not being able to ride a unicycle.
I can ride. I mean, I couldn't, when I tried years ago, but
Yeah.
Here, you know what? I'll pull up my old unicycle and I'll be the Bales montage.
Nice.
Well, since you work from home at Connor, you should learn you can ride a unicycle to work. Imagine how good that would be for the environment.
Dude, I can't even ride my own 2 feet anywhere. That's why I said I have horrible balance all the time.
That's why you walks around on all fours.
Right. I never learned this walk thing. I still crawl everywhere.
It's walking's overrated anyway. You know,
Yeah.
babies need to kill just to survive.
Yeah. A lot of people get a standing desk. He had to get a desk that was like right on the ground.
Yeah.
Crawling desk.
Yeah,
crawling desk.
a rocking desk so it could rock me back and forth to sleep.
Yeah, it's like a mat on the floor, and then the computer's above him, and he lies on his back and bats at it.
Actually, I'm really quickly thinking if we could real quickly go back to the Bales montages, like, I don't know, Daffodil, if you've been, you've already got some pros for your game. Are you already trying to source footage for that? I hope that, like a true Tony Hawk game, you will have a Bales montage.
Oh yeah, I
credits.
am gonna do as much as I can to put as much as you expect to be in there, and more.
So
hopefully.
yeah. So is it like, hey, pro, when I'm talking to you or your agent to get your likeness, can you also send me some sick wipeouts?
I haven't had to ask for Bales yet, but that is going to be a conversation I'm going to be having soon.
Can you do one of those videos of behind the scenes, like the old Neversoft ones, like Up Till 4 did, where you're just like unicycling on a desk?
Hey, you said this. Look at this. We're starving lions, but down here in the sewers, we take care of the animals. We save the rats.
Yeah. These
Yeah.
radioactive
Also,
rats.
like, I'm gonna be
Rat
honest.
be
I know
gone.
this is like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 on PS1 or whatever, but this isn't a sewer. They didn't even try. This isn't remotely
This
sewer.
is like, this is sort of.
Would you want it to be sewers? Just
No, I'm
piles of
just
shit
saying,
everywhere?
like, to me, like, whenever I think of, like, generic, like, we have run out of ideas for a level, I always think of, like, the sewer or, like, the underground section in, like, Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX 1 or whatever. This is what it reminds me of. It's
At
just
least
like
it's a
that,
pretty
oh
good
shit,
design,
we're at
though.
the final area, this is a underground sewer area, there you go.
Yep. Well, at least it's a well-designed skate park. This
I'll
has
give
got
it,
some
it's
cool
not toxic
stuff.
grind, I'll give it that.
Right.
And
Yeah,
this
it's
is sort of
toxic
like
rat
Shaba Games, like, their approach to making levels is much, like, chunkier than Neversoft.
Yeah.
This isn't Shaba Games.
This one's not Shaba, no?
This is Vicarious Visions.
So it's even chunkier.
Oh, shit. This
Yeah.
is the team who made the Game Boy ones, right?
Yeah.
yeah, Shaba Games was working on Wakeboarding Unleashed at this time.
Oh.
They also made the hardest kart racer I've ever played, Crash Nitro Kart. That game is some
Vicarious
bullshit.
Visions?
Yeah. That game is...
nice.
You should see me try to beat the final boss in that. I still haven't managed to do it. It's fucking impossible.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, you literally have to be essentially drifting the entire race.
some of those kart games back when we were a kid, they were either like Mario Kart and you could, do them no problem, or they were hard as balls.
Yeah, Mickey Speedway USA was always a challenge as a kid, but, like, Nitro Kart is the top. It's surprisingly really technical. Yeah.
Diddy
remember
Kong
that
Racing
one.
is infamous. I remember Mickey Speedway, Crash Nitro Kart. Yeah. They
Muppet Kart or Muppet Racing was
Garfield Kart, yeah.
so
Garfield Kart
good.
is
all right, I don't think I played Muppet Kart.
The controls in Muppet Kart are.
Nice.
It's like they made like a third-person shooter movement controls.
What?
Okay, that went in a different direction than that.
Yeah.
Can I point this out? They did some really weird thing here where it's actually like due to the game physics and what you can do. This is actually possible, but it's kind of the sort of a thing where you don't expect someone to actually kind of do it. Where you need to jump
my God,
wall
Jesus
ride,
Christ.
jump wall ride, and jump up to like the overhang or the rafter in the middle.
Just whatever you
and
do,
when
don't
Is
fall
that where the
30
letter
feet
is?
directly to the top of your head.
yeah, and so it's like it's kind of cool, but on the other hand, it's also really finicky.
I was
kinda
about to
janky,
say,
like-
I thought this would have been the easiest skate one, because this appears to have been one of the smallest levels and most, like, compact levels, but apparently this is the hardest skate one.
It's
Well,
just this thing.
move of like jumping up an incline into a wall ride is tough because if you're already touching the wall, it like doesn't trigger the wall ride.
But
Yeah.
check that out. Oi Chicago
Oh.
Skate Park. You guys remember in Tony Hawk 1, jumping up to the rafters of Chicago Skate Park?
Yeah, I said this reminded me of Chicago, yeah.
Yeah, Vicarious Visions also remembers. Vicarious in this game and Shaba in the third one, like, really had some kind of cool references to the previous games. So, like, yeah, that, gap specifically calling out the Chicago Skate Park, and, like, there's a gap in this level called Bob is Back, because Bob Burnquist came back.
No.
Oh yeah.
It's like, it's kind of cool that, this B team was like, oh, sweet. Welcome back, Bob, kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I think this game looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. I wish it was a little more responsive. The Tony Hawk games that were designed first and foremost for this generation are more responsive, run at a more constant frame rate.
That's because they cram so much shit in here, yeah.
Tony Hawk 3 and 4 are more of the same. If you like that old high-flying engine, here you go.
I was
But
fine.
yeah, it's like this is really where there's kind of a challenge disparity between like, oh my god, it's impossible to get 600,000 points in one combo, or like, oh my god, I have to do the craziest jump for the skate letters, versus like, go up the ramp, hit R2, hit left, hit square, you've passed.
I was gonna say, like, I just thought that was like, just those kind of ones in general, I always thought were weird because they're not. They
THPS
tell you
4,
exactly what to do. They're not difficult. I don't know why. I guess they're just there to pad out the time because I don't know.
Yeah, I
They're
think this
definitely
one
not
was because
fun.
you've taught us about spine transfers, earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a neat grind. I didn't know about that. All right, let me see the combo on here. I judge levels solely based on how good their combo line is.
Oh, check
First
out this
combo
shit.
is fine. Second combo will be kind of tricky. If you like, grinding up the pipes and getting higher and higher up in the level by, wall riding further and further up. The second combo will be right up your alley.
Isn't that what the first level had in it?
That's a sweet combo.
Yeah, you actually had to do that for combo hard, back in college.
In college, yeah.
But they're actually going to use this kind of thing of getting up more and more vertical a bunch here, and then I'm going to continue using it more and more as it's like the best line to get a lot of points for, yes, when this final level asks you to get, 500,000 points in a combo or such. But
Jesus.
yeah. I mean, actually, PS1 Shipyard did this, sort of as well. You saw in that room you unlocked where you had to get up to the rafters. Oh yeah, Bob is back.
There it is.
I was a bit.
Yeah. But yeah, so you need to get up higher and
I
higher by
love
grinding
that.
and wall riding, and this is where I'd say you need to switch up your grinds to give yourself more speed. If you just stay in one grind on each pipe, this would be damn near impossible, but if you go into a second or third grind on each pipe, you'll get the speed to easily, be able to continue going fast enough to get the wall ride and get up to the next one.
Now, with each grind change you do, it gets harder to balance, right? Like, doesn't it
but
get harder to every time you jump and do like another grind? It gets harder to balance it.
Yeah, but only in the kind of sense where it always gets harder to balance the longer you grind.
Okay.
It's not.
The speed
I'd
is
say
better
Generation
than losing
6
speed.
actually, messes up your balance more, specifically on,
Like the
going into
multiplier.
another grind or something,
Yeah.
versus this where it's really, more tied into just how long have you been grinding.
Okay, that's interesting.
So yeah, if you have high balance, there's really no punishment for going into a different grind.
I prefer that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah. I use that way more in this game than I do in the Gen 6 version.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people in, like, for example, Project 8, who are playing at a really high level where they're basically never actually grinding. They're just, like, bouncing off the rail to keep their
When
balance.
they do the speed runs and everything,
Yeah.
and then the game
Yeah.
like freezes and stutters.
Huh? I will say, though, for some of the things I've said about Gen 6 Tony Hawk 4. I've recorded through the pro challenges, and some of those are actually really good at sort of teaching you or making sure you understand some, I don't want to say hidden mechanics, but just really kind of how everything comes together. So where I've complained of like, oh, everything's trying to slow you down, you know, the game has shown you ways to kind of keep like some of that speed, or the game has really asked you to balance your manual and grind balance across long distances, and shown me that it's more possible and that I'm not just, you know, up to getting fucked when the balance randomly decides to kill me, as much as I was maybe saying. For that version.
Gotta say,
sorry.
I really love those, like, that last line you did, that
was
it
beautiful.
had any other goal too. Like, when it gets so, like, platformy, like, it's almost more like you're getting challenged to find your way up rather than, like, do a cool trick or more points or whatever.
That's how you want it.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah, kind of how to find your way up in this level. I will mention though.
The Tony Hawk games, I feel like, don't do it as often as some of the other extreme sports games at the time. Yeah.
Which maybe some games tried that couldn't do what they were trying.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, Gravity Games Park. But that's a story for another level. But like, I kind of want to point out real quick for this challenge.
Yeah.
Like lip tricking is actually kind of hard on this thing because it's so far up in the air that your character will start naturally rotating to, you know, land in the same stance they went off the jump at. And so they will be rotating and get offset and get to where the game will have you grind instead. So, like, what I had to do was kind of see what direction my character would rotate and correct for that just before going for the lip trick.
I feel like the lip tricks are always tough when there's a gap between the coping and the, like, place you launched from.
Yeah, like when it's really high up, because then any little direction you're off gets magnified. What were you gonna say, Blake?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, actually, you know what? We'll just say, this green kind of reminds me of Gravity Games Bike's first level.
That's what I would say. This whole area does.
It does have that look.
I think Gravity Games Bike might have just ruined like fluorescent green in extreme sports games.
Do you think Gravity Games Bike played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 on PS1 and they were like, we can do this?
Well, I mean, there are other games that have blatantly ripped off Tony Hawk levels, so I feel like it wouldn't be out of character.
I don't think the team behind Gravity Games Bike played any other video game before saying they can do this.
Any video game ever? Because I'm not sure they played Gravity Games Bike
maybe they
Dirt,
just played other awful games and they thought that's how a game was supposed to be.
They only played MTV skateboarding and like...
and they're like, I like this. This is how a game ought to be.
Yeah, it's like the kind of thing where like you just get the worst taste in a media because you just so happen to watch some real bad ones as like your first introductions.
3 Extreme, we can do better than that.
Yeah, look at Connor and I, our ongoing love-hate relationship with nu metal. Growing up in the 2000s.
Yeah, so
man, this is the sickest combo I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit.
Thanks.
It was a pro combo.
Love is boring, but it's designed well.
Yeah, I'll upload the ROM to my Dropbox later, and you can play it. But yeah, you wanted that. Well, now you got to get a higher score, so I'm basically gonna go back and do the same thing
again. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's an easy 600,000. I don't blame you.
It's genuinely a thing where it was like, okay, I need to get 600,000 points. Let me play around in this room for a bit, see what I can do. Nothing I was doing was reliably getting me any, kind of high score. So I was finally just like, oh, fine. Let me go back to that one line I've been using. Yeah, that is kind of the thing with this Gen 5 version that, you will or should just find the one line that works.
Nope.
You saw that back in like London, where I just found that one line and used it a bunch. Especially in, Steve Caballero's Pro Challenge, which will be get 1 million points in this sewer level.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was harder than I was expecting it to be.
That's kind of a thing with any video game, though. I mean, you find the best strat and use that. Why would you use suboptimal strats.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to, if I could use suboptimal and still win, I'd like to use that for, enjoyment of the series, but by this point in the game, you have to get such high scores that...
Yeah.
It's really kind of worth gravitating back to that, just so you're not trying the same thing for 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sign of, like, like sort of an afterthought in the level design. Like, if they set up one really good line and players pick up on that line and don't find any other good lines, they're going to keep going back to that one line.
Yeah.
I wonder how...
Yeah.
Well, I definitely feel like they didn't... never mind. I can't say for sure what they were thinking when they did whatever, because I'm not... There's not, anything about, who made this or the making of PS1 version.
Yeah. I mean, playing around with no restrictions is different than playing to get 400,000 point combo started in the next 20 seconds.
I was just gonna say, like, I'm not sure how much of this map was a afterthought and how much of just these goals were an afterthought. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, most of the goals are like get 100,000 points, get 200,000 points.
It's like I'm not sure. Like these maps seem like they're fun. I'm just not sure that they were made with these point goals in mind. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather have fun maps to skate on after I've unlocked everything than maps that are singular in purpose, and after you're done with them, you're done with them.
Are there any maps like that in?
Well, no.
Any of these Tony Hawk games?
No, I wasn't talking about I wasn't talking about specific examples. I mean, I thought we were just talking theoretically anyway.
But I mean, Downhill does kind of feel like that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I liked in the later games where they would let you loop back around again. That was nice.
Yeah, I don't mean Downhill Jam. I mean, like the Rio one or whatever from.
Yeah, Downhill from Tony Hawk 1.
Pro Skater 3. Okay. They both have Downhill in their name. I thought you were talking about the other Downhill.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I actually, went the wrong direction. I actually kind of quickly want to point out, it's kind of funny that 1foot 50 manual, like my manual special trick, it's sort of funny seeing sometimes how the tricks evolve or don't evolve. Like, that started out back in Tony Hawk 1 as, Chad Muska's special grind. Mm-hmm. The 1foot 50 where he has the boombox, and it's a grind, because there weren't manuals in Tony Hawk 1. And then, I don't remember if that was back for Tony Hawk 2, but for, like, Tony Hawk 3 PS1, Shaba brought that back as a special manual. They got rid of the boombox, but didn't change the animation of your character holding something on their shoulder, so now it just looks like they're holding their arm up in a C, And
they called it a 5.0 manual still, right?
Yeah.
Which is
it's like, it's just very obviously they just took the model, got rid of the boombox, but did not change the arms. So it just looks kind of funny, and then, all the special tricks in Tony Hawk 3 PS1 carried to Tony Hawk 4 PS1, so that's the same thing. But, like, also on terms of that, like, back in Tony Hawk 1, Jamie Thomas had the 1foot nose grind, and that exact same model translated into, the 1foot nose manual, then to the 1foot 1-wheel nose manual for Tony Hawk 3 and 4. Like, they just kept the skeleton. They didn't, change how that looks.
It just occurred to me, I'd love to tool assist one of these games just to have someone do a hand plant for a few hours, just because I love the image of somebody, like, skateboarding in real life, standing on one hand for just a few hours.
Yeah. But, we've done all the amateur content in the main levels, but the secret level, we need to earn a lot more goal points to actually get to. And so that means that, just like the Gen 6 version, now it's time to go do some pro-specific challenges, and it's time to unlock the pro goals
Let's
for
do
all
it.
of those.
Is this secret level? Is this the zoo? Is this the legendary zoo everyone's been talking about?
You'll see.
Yeah, you hop in your Ford Ranger and head out to the skate mansion.
Yes. Nice. So, at the end of the game, Pigpen will actually congratulate you.
The skateboarding's true hero.
Yes. Yeah, so the next part for Tony Hawk 4 PS1 will be the pro-specific challenges for all the pros. So yeah, we'll see you then.
Thank you.